markers, any special inks, nothing at all. We're going to work on those cute stash bears that you see around everywhere. And I am going to start off with a Love-A-Lot bear. This bear was purchased at Walmart. They are $12 and something. Also for this bear, I have 8-ounce cores mason jars. I have heat gun, scissors, or heat gun, hot glue gun, my bad. And just in case I need it, I have a sewing kit. You really don't need it. I just use it sometimes around the edges when I want to make sure things are tight. So we're going to, again, start off by just clipping, getting this bear out of the box. Purpose of a stash bear. Hide things that you don't want people to find in plain sight, basically. Doesn't have to be anything in particular, just whatever you feel like you need to stash. Now I'm going to be really careful with the box because when I'm finished, I actually want to put him back in the box. So I'm just going to clip where we've got him pinned in at. Let's see here. We got 2 behind the neck. I know, I'm just clipping. I don't know if you can see in the back, but they had them stuck in there really well. So I got them out, and then see the box is still usable for when it's time to put them back. Okay. So, cute little Care Bear, yay! Now I've done this on other bears. I have not done it on a Care Bear, so this will be the first Care Bear. And again, we're going to do it together. Or you'll see me do it in. If you decide you like it, you can do your own. Okay, so one of the things you're going to end up having to do is the seam on the neck here, right in here. That's where you want to cut, and you want to try to cut on that seam as close as possible because it puts the body back together again, head and tail. Okay? So I'll do that. I usually like to play music or something when I'm working, but when you're recording, you cannot because you get dinged. Let's see here. What's going on? Get to that in a minute. Not important. Okay. The bigger your scissors are, usually are better to get that incision. But my other scissors to me are kind of dull when it comes to doing this. And I'm trying to get it into the groove really well here. Where is... Using my X-Acto knife to... get started here for myself. I think that was deep enough, yes. Okay. Don't let the kids watch this at home, especially if they're big Care Bear fans. I may have to get the other scissors and try them anyway, just because these are sharper, but they're not doing the job. Let me go get some bigger scissors. Please hold. Okay, I'm back, and I am using my larger scissors. I just wanted to get it started so that way we would not be sitting here just in case I had to get something else. Okay, I'm almost finished. I'm taking my time going around the neck. This would probably not be a part you'd want the kids to see. You can make these bears as big as you want them. The biggest one I've done so far was a 2-quart jar. Okay. So, ta-da. See so far? I know, it's so tormenting, huh? Let me see. Gotta turn some of these lights out. Get you there. Okay. Still a little bright. I have like multiple lights on. Okay. Because I'm trying to get you to be able to see. But anyways, you're able to see that I have a decent little rim around the neck area, and that's why I have my needle and thread as well, just in case you don't do a good cut. You can always go back and stitch it and pull. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and pull out some of his stuffing, because I cannot fit this jar in here with the stuffing right there. So I'm going to show you some things about these lids in a moment as well. Okay, so this is going to be really, really nice. He could have probably used a 4-ounce jar, but I'm one of those people that if I can get it bigger, I'm going to get it in there. Okay, so let's get him all in there as much as possible. Okay, so you see so far I've gotten that bear in there up to his neck. Looks pretty good too, right? I haven't even put any of the extra stuffing back, and there's probably not much room where I can. Let's see. Maybe just a little bit along the sides or something. This is not required. This is just me trying to make sure that I like fat bears. And when we pulled his stuffing out, it was like we just gave him a quick bariatric surgery, or that mommy makeover that so many want to get and maybe they can't always afford. But does that look nice and fat for you? Because I want him to be a nice, fat, juicy bear. Okay, so what I want to do with the lid is I want to know what side my head is. Well, let me glue this down, then we'll get to the lid, and I'll show you about measuring it first to make sure that you are putting it on the correct way. So all I'm going to do is go around this rim lip area with the hot glue and pulling him up, making sure he's covering it. That's where mine. And this glue, ooh, this is a high temp glue gun, so we are smoking, and it is moving. Ooh, just burnt myself with hot glue. Sherman, Hensley, Ivory, Thomas, that was hot. Okay, be careful. Be careful not to burn ourselves anymore, okay? So you just see I burnt myself for you so you don't have to. Alrighty. Need more glue guns. Whew. Next time I'll have to use that low temp or something. This is the first time using this high temp glue gun, because I thought my other one wasn't getting hot enough, but compared to this bad boy, that one was a dream. So now I think I'm going to do is just pull some more right here, pushing this down. I'm going to put it there, and then I'm going to pull that up really quickly so it'll hold it in place. And pull that up. Okay. Just like that. Giving it a press really quickly. See how it's grabbing it? It's holding it pretty good there. So far I'm happy. Now what I'm going to do is keep on going around the rest of the jar. I'll come back once I finish all of this part and we'll go on from there. Okay, we are back. My little finger's still hot, but I have the jar secure into the bear. Okay, all around he's nice and stitched, to which means his lid would be able to go on. Okay, so I know that this is the front of my lid. So for that, if I want to make sure I'm getting it right, let me see here. What I'm going to do for myself is put a dab of glue and let it dry for a hot second. Because this is letting me know that this is my front. Okay, let's move that piece out of the way for a moment. Okay, yes, not gonna burn my hand. Alrighty, so now that we have his head, what we can do with the head is instead of pulling out that extra stuffing, I'm just gonna push it back up in there. Okay, make sure he has a nice fat round head, especially since I took out so many of his other stuffings. This is my front. This is here. Okay, so because my lid is a two-part lid, what I want to do is take this and I'm just going to drop a couple of drops of glue just on the inside of here, just to hold it so it does not come loose. That's all that's for. Okay. It's just to be able to hold that in place for me. Just like that. Okay, rubbing around the edges, making sure I don't have any residual glue because I don't want anything to get stuck and cause a extra seal that's not supposed to be there. Okay. Okay. So for the head now, since I know this is the front, okay, let's see, there is a loose piece here. I'm just going to clip that extra little bit right there off, just so it's not, and that's just because it was an uneven cut. That's the only reason why I'm clipping that little piece there. Okay. Now, the front lid goes here. The lid is the same as the back or the body. You want to be able to put the glue on the outside of the rim, tag the bear's head onto it as much as possible. If you can, let it hang over just a little bit, but do not get it in the inside of the rim, so that way it's not blocking the locking. If that's making sense while I'm sitting up here rapping, who I think I is. Rap star. Okay, so his cheeks and stuff. This is a good spot for me too with my piece of thread. And what I use this for is just to pull. One big enough knot. One moment, please. Darn Marriott Hotel and all they spam calls. Okay, I think I got a knot. loose enough now. At least I'm hoping it is. I'm gonna hold it because all I want this to do is to just pull. Didn't mean to drop it, but you couldn't see what I got going on here. But this is all this stitch is to do. It's not to do anything else but to make sure that when I put my lid in, I can pull. Okay, see, this is my front. So I'm going to start with my back. Again, watch the fingers because we don't want to stitch the fingers again. Don't want to burn the fingers again. And I'm just pulling this just to. Okay, I'm going to have to clean the inside of that rim in a second because I used a tad bit much glue. Oh gosh. Okay, now I can go ahead and just pull that out. Don't need that to stay. But you're getting the idea so far. Don't worry, I'm going to clean that up in just a few moments. Let me finish getting my sides in. Yes, hot glue gets everywhere. Let's see, I know I pulled out a few extra glue sticks. This one, realistically, if I would have used a different glue gun, it would probably only took 2 glue sticks. But because I'm using this high temp gun, when you press that button, it literally melts all that glue. And it gets hot. So I know to use this one when I'm working on picture frame jewelry boxes. That's when I'll use that glue gun again. Because whoo-wee, she hot on my hands. We ain't gonna lie. Okay, I'm just finishing up putting glue in here. I'm trying not to get glue on the parts of the fur that I plan on keeping. Plan on being on the outside. Okay, this is a little heated here. Heated here. Oh, my hand's still hot from that glue burn. I won't say it's a 3rd degree burn. I'll say it's more like just a good scalding. I can just still feel the tingling from it. So what I'm trying to do now is just make sure I'm getting the extra glue from around the rim. Okay. And I think that looks pretty good. Let's see, I know I want to do the lid. Let's see, I got it. So now you put the lid on. Okay. Hold on, I did measure. I did put it on the front to know that once it twists, it will go to the front. Hold on. Okay, got see where I'm going with this. This is the fun part where you're figuring where to start turning your lid at. But once you get it on there, the head will go back on. Okay, almost. Because I know I measured my lid towards the front of it. And once you find that sweet spot on putting it back, let's see. That's all we're doing now. Hold on. I got his lid somewhere. Let me figure this out. I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, well, welcome back again. Starting over. Well, somewhat, only because my head is not doing exactly the way it's supposed to do. So I should have probably put the head on first. So what I did was just put this whole head on another jar. Okay? Which means I now have to make a head for this one. So instead of starting a new video, I just figured I would show you from mistakes on how to fix them. Right? Okay. So we're going to do that together really quickly. We're going to just fix the head onto this one. Have I ever had to do it backwards like this before? Never. So, like I say, I do a lot of learning experiences online or in front of you guys, so you guys can see that I'm not perfect. And then it helps you learn where your mistakes are and where you don't want to make them at. Okay, so I got the lid on there. Got the lid on there nice and tight. See, it's not moving around in the bear. So it's not moving around. It's really secure. Okay, so I'm doing the same thing I was doing earlier, except for this time I'm doing it upside down. I believe I still can do it. I have faith in myself. I do. I do. I know I always bite off more than I can chew, but I'm going to chew that stuff up today and fix it. Okay, let's see. There's a little bit of this like stuffings here. Shove it in this head a little bit. Only because I'm trying to see if I can make it fatter. Remember, I like fat heads. Okay, but kind of see what it's going to look like once it's finished. Okay, so how do we get here? Same way. We're going to put glue around the lid. And this glue is hot, so I'm going to kind of work a little fast or as fast as I can because I'm going to do it all at once versus in sections when I was doing it the other way. And if nothing else, if I have to, I can keep this one for myself. I don't mind. But hell, I doubt I'll have time to keep it for myself. Put a little glue on the top as well. So that way if you grab it from the top, it'll stick. Okay? Because then from that way, I can fix it. I can fix everything else once I take the lid off. Okay, I'm just going to push down on his head a little bit. Just mush down on it just to get the glue to the here. Okay, so we'll give him a few moments. And while his glue is adhering, we will finish restuffing this bear. This one will be easy from this point because he's already got his stuffing in him. His head is already attached. So the only thing we're going to have to do is get the jar in and find out exactly how much stuffing we need on the inside. So removing some of that inner stuffing. Okay, just so I can kind of hollow them out some. Remember, these Care Bears have a fat fun pack in the front of them. This is a shit, I can't even see. Anchor and Arboring or something like that jar. Can't even see the title. Half blind sometimes. Need to get glasses. Right now I'm not worried if his head is on the right direction. I'm just worried about getting the jar inside because I can always twist it around afterwards. Let me remove some more of the stuffing. I may have to put it back in from the back once it's inside. Pull his shoulders up. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now what I can do is go ahead and around the edges kind of stuff some of this back inside. But I have to remember when I'm stuffing, I also have to pull it up. Okay? I'm stuffing and pulling, stuffing and pulling. I'm pulling it up because I want the collar right at the nip of the jar. And I'm stuffing because I just want them to be fat, like whoever sees anorexic bears. All right, so I'm going to start him from the front because I can see him here. Put another stick in there, so I'll kind of push that first one. And all I'm going to do is just pull all of this up to the nape of the jar. And I'm pushing down, feeling like I'm less likely to burn myself this way. Didn't mean to do it ass backwards for you guys, but for those who make mistakes or those who want to give up because they did something wrong, I'm just showing you how I resolve my issues. I don't let it get you down. None of us are perfect. I don't portray myself as perfect. I let you see my flaws. Because I think then you can relate to me a lot easier when I say, okay, well, this is somewhat easy. This seems a little difficult because you look at what I do. Anyways, I've been so swamped with trying to get everything caught up. The family's been on vacation, so they have not been much help. I need to get tattoos loaded to the website. I have budget binders to get photos and loaded to the site. And then again, what I'm trying to do with different stuff that I'm adding is having a video to go to it. Okay. So you know how to use these items. So now since I have this in there pretty good, I can go ahead and take his head off. Okay. That way I can finish getting around in here really good the way it needs to be. Versus trying to do it blind eye, maybe half-ass. Because even when we make mistakes, we have to make our mistakes make pretty mistakes. All these little extra pieces we're going to have to go around and cut off. Let's see, this is where this is the last piece where it's kind of in there. This one got a little bit messier. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to clean up these edges with the scissors. Just take the scissors and go around. Just going around, getting it all off of there. It's interesting that I can do this stuff faster when I'm not on camera and get it right. As soon as I turn the camera on and try to show me doing it, everything just, I don't know. I don't know if I get nervous. I don't know if it's stage fright. I don't know if it's just the energies of the universe saying, take your time, we're going to show you flaws, so that way you have to go back and fix them for people. Like, this one's not completely the best. It's not horrible, but I mean, it could have been better. But because we had did the other part backwards, what do we expect, right? And it seemed we did have a head on this the correct way. Okay, so we have a head. Now, because with him, he seems to have like a little gap there that I probably wouldn't want. I can try to push it down more. And even try that in the back, but let me think. If his neck is long enough for a balloon collar, let's see. I'll cut about 4 strands. You'll see the other one in just a second. It's dry and it's good to go. Okay. So I think the little gold choker will be good. And I'm going to take the head off and put the gold choker on the head part. At least I think that's what I wanted. Because if I put it here, it's blocking. So let's see if I can get this choker to just go around his neck. He's going to probably have to do it in 2 pieces because I don't know if it's going to go around his jaw area because his jaws seem kind of fat. Maybe they'll have to be the first parts. Or stick my fingers in there and push that out of the way. And considering I can still push, that means there's still room to glue. Close that up. That should not be open like that. Okay. And maybe 4 is too many. Let's break it down to 3. And this is just to hide any imperfections that may be around the neck. That's all of this is for. What do you put in the bears? Anything that you want to hide. You know, whether it's money, candy, recreational activities, birth control, whatever. Yeah, we're going to do this into a 2-part neck collar. I'm going to do a part right back here to about right there. Then I'm going to glue that and then clip it. Because then it'll be on the collar, see? Bam. Ooh, this glue. Yes, yes, yes. As you know, with hot glue, as soon as it touches your skin and stuff like that, it's pretty much formed. And then you gotta get all the little whipsy webs off of it. It's the only thing I hate about it. But I love the fact that it goes so quick. Okay, let me finish getting this on. You hear my roommate sleep. Sounds like a miniature bear. Had to push that in. Push that, 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 push, push that, push that. We're just about there. Just a couple more moments. Again, you don't have to add the trim. This was just a last minute thing only because I felt like my neck could have been cleaner and it wasn't. So I'm just showing you if you have that incident happen and you need a quick way to clean up an imperfection. Little beads never hurt. Little rhinestones. You can even use pearls. You probably have to put those on one by one though. Unless you can find the strand. And then if you find the strand, use it. Bang right here. Right here is the end of it. Okay. Give this a second to dry. Done with that hot glue for a while. You can see that this one is ready to go. So while I'm waiting on that one to finish up, what I'll do is put this one here. Stick him back in his box. And then this is a great way to display, or I mean, it doesn't give a perfect display, but when you're like at a vending event, so people aren't touching, having them in the box, you can have one on the table to show what it looks like, but boxing them up when they're ready to go. Alrighty, let's get back to this bad boy and finish him off, because we've been on here a long time. Probably lost your interest by now. I appreciate those who have stuck with me. Even if you had to fast forward some, I still appreciate you, because it means that you are willing to learn from my mistakes so you don't make none. Bam. He has on a little collar. Okay. So, I hope you enjoyed. I thought it was going to be a quick tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Be sure to check us out at blankstogo.com. That makes it to where we can afford to buy different things and show you different techniques. Once again, www.blankstogo.com. You can find us on Facebook at blankstogo, Instagram, and we're going to try this TikTok thing soon too. So, thank you. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you like, what I can do better. Look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.